Hey everybody, how are you? This is Ernest Hill, better known as Sir Hill Speaks. I'm doing this video because I think it's important for me to address something that I see a trend, particularly as it relates to people who are going no contact with people that they care about. So there are a lot of thoughts. There is a whole lot of pseudo-psychology that's floating around here. People are coming up with their own theories using deductive reasoning to understand people's decisions. And there were certain questions that I noticed are just not being asked. So I just going through online and seeing content about children who have suffered abuse, who have gone through, whether this was sexual violence or physical, emotional, psychological violence and abuse, who have made the decision after many attempts to get the parents or the caretakers to be accountable for what they've done. And for those who have been in narcissistic relationships, they have been gaslighted, where the story has been rewritten. And the narrative is not about what was done to the child, but the focus becomes on the parent who did the best that they could without taking into account the effects and the impact that they had on that child. A lot of them, after many times of trying to talk about it, and some looking for an apology, some looking for just to be validated, and then them being rejected and shut down and made to feel like they were crazy, and just the retwisting of history. A lot of them, after many failed attempts, make the very, very difficult decision to withdraw from the relationship. And here is the problem that I see with most people who talk about, how could kids do this? How could this son not talk to his father? How could they not talk to their mother? How could this daughter, her mother did everything for her? Everybody always looks at the daughter's or the son's reaction. Nobody ever asks about the cause. It is almost as if we project onto the person who had to make this difficult decision. It's like we project these feelings that we have based on our own experiences, and we can't fathom the thought why someone could just go no contact. And the deeper thing that I see is, if a person can go no contact, why does nobody ever ask why? Why do we always demonize the sons and the daughters who have had to do what it takes? Because they recognize that their brokenness is now impacting their children. It's impacting their sons and daughters. And so them going no contact is not a punishment to the people who they are disconnecting from. It is not a punishment. It is their version of being responsible to heal and to become a stronger person, a better person, so that they don't become what hurt them. See, a lot of y'all are being dishonest with these conversations. Y'all keep on projecting onto people who have been victims, because I forgot we live in a culture that we protect perpetrators of violence, and we cause the people who have been victimized, the accountability is on them. I forgot that children should be more mature than their parents. Y'all are crazy. If a person has decided to go no contact, trust and believe, for most decent people, it was probably one of the most difficult decisions that they had to make, but they had to make it so that they could heal. And this disconnection may not be permanent, but it will remain long enough for them to heal and for them to gain a true sense of who they are, their value and their worth, because them going no contact was never about punishing the person who hurt them. It was about them preserving their own sanity, recovering from all the damage that they had been through.